Yo, what's good everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we have a pretty weird video in store for you guys. We are going to be watching 3 stellar brainrot horror stories, and they just came out. They all are made by IMR Scary Tales, and yeah, if you have time, please go check out their channel. They make amazing animated stories. I watch a lot of their stories on this channel. But anyways guys, please drop a like, subscribe, because I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of this year, 2026, new year, so new videos guys. Anyways, let's get straight into the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright guys, so let's get straight into story number 1. These stories are made by IMR Scary Tales, so please go check their channel out. They make amazing animated videos. But anyways, let's get into the 3 stellar brainrot horror stories. What is going on with this world at the moment, man? Let's go.
I remember the exact moment she lost her mind. It was a Tuesday in October, and I was showing my friends this stupid TikTok of an AI cat pirouetting in a ballerina skirt when she first appeared at our table.
Oh,
That's so Sigma.
She purred.
that's so get
We
out
all
of my
looked up
face.
to find Sophia Bendetti from calculus peering at my phone.
She looks like a goldfish, the one from
that made my
I
skin
can't
crawl.
remember the movie's
The
name.
girl had been watching me for weeks. She always kept her distance, never looking directly at me,
Look at those teeth,
but I could
man.
always feel her eyes on me. Thanks, I said, and went back to my phone. Her face fell. Maybe she was hoping for more, but I had an influencer girlfriend back in the state, and pretty much everyone who had a TikTok knew that.
Okay, I'll stop.
Sophia hovered for an awkward 30 seconds before drifting away. A few seconds later, she showed up to advanced trigonometry, wearing a pink tutu over her jeans. Her makeup was theatrical, with crooked eyeliner that made her look like a deranged doll.
Oh.
She sat in the front row doing these weird hand movements, like she was flowing to a tune only she could hear.
What the
Is she
frick?
having a breakdown? Luca whispered. I shrugged, but every time my eyes met hers, she would grin at me. It was before lunch. I saw Sophia spinning her way through hallways while balancing a cappuccino.
Ah, that's how it relates to the brainrot.
Cappuccino is here to slay, no cap.
Ballerina
She
cappuccino.
giggled,
Oh my
making
goodness,
all
bro.
heads turn. She'd sip while spinning, never spilling a drop. And the weirder she got, the more attention she was paid.
Oh my goodness.
Students started filming her all around, posting clips with captions like main character energy. But their laughter had an edge. Everyone could sense something was wrong with her. I avoided the hallway just so I wouldn't bump into her. But the moment I turned right, I found her standing at the corner like she was waiting for me.
Knocked
She came
out.
closer,
Oh my.
gave me a cookie, saying,
You're the dopamine I'm addicted to. Can't wait to go viral.
Yeah, you
with
look addicted to
I
something.
had had enough of her BS. I threw the cookie on the floor and yelled, Sophia, you need to stop this. I have a girlfriend. Everyone stopped and stared at us. I could hear a few girls laughing at Sophia. I thought she would leave, but instead, she tilted her head, asking,
Stop what?
This whole Miss Ballerina Cappuccina thing. You become a joke, Sophia. People are laughing at you. Her face froze mid-smile. For a moment, I felt sorry when her eyes welled up with hurt and desperation, but she was quick to blink her mask back.
Joke? Can't say I mind much, as long as I'm a joke you find funny.
You know I won't, ever. Sophia stared at me, swaying like she couldn't decide whether to scream or cry, but she did neither. She just turned and walked away. The next 2 classes were horrible. My phone wouldn't stop buzzing from Sophia's texts. Notifications kept popping up, one after another.
You hurt me. I'm going to show you how much I love you.
Oh,
I blocked her, thinking it's the best way to get rid of her. I was ready to go see the principal. I even skipped lunch in the cafeteria and ate in the library.
That's
I kept
logic
hoping
right there.
I
Oh my
wouldn't see
goodness,
her.
bro. That is
I
just...
just wanted the day to
I
be
haven't
over
seen
so I could
anybody
go
with that
home and talk
much
to my
common
girlfriend.
sense in one of these videos.
Luca came running into the library. He looked worried. Marco, it's Sophia. She's on the table in the cafeteria. You need to come, man. The blood in my veins froze.
Bro,
What do
I
you mean
would
on a
lose it.
table? Just come. I
Oh
ran
my
through the
goodness, I would
halls with
lose
my
it,
heart
man.
pounding. The sounds of screaming, shouting, and chairs scraping against the floor filled the air
Oh my
before I could
goodness.
even reach the cafeteria. Sophia stood on the center table, still wearing her tutu, spinning faster than humanly possible. Her phone was duct taped to her wrist. Some Nightcore remixes were blasting at ear-splitting volume. Students had backed against the walls, phones out, but their faces were painted with horror. She held a steaming mug of coffee in her right hand.
Attention, Simps and Sigmas. Ballerina Cappuccina is about to deliver the ultimate performance of her life.
Her eyes found mine across the room
What
and
the
locked
frick, bro?
on.
It's all for you, Marco. It's all for you.
Every instinct I had screamed danger, but I couldn't move or breathe. Before anyone could process what was happening, she ripped off the lid and poured the entire cup over her skull.
Oh,
The scream that tore from her throat
why?
wasn't human. The coffee was boiling, with steam rising from her head like she was on fire.
Why?
But she kept pouring, even as her scalp began to blister and peel.
Oh my gosh.
Still feel like I'm a joke, Marco?
She laughed, blood and coffee streaming down her face.
Still think I'm stupid?
Students were running and screaming, but I was frozen as she emptied the entire cup over herself. Her skin was coming off in strips, exposing raw flesh beneath. After that, she began spinning in that horrible condition.
How?
Our teachers intervened, but they were also terrified witnessing Sophia. No one could believe
I
how
would
a
shit
girl
myself
oozing
after
with
seeing that.
blood
That's
and
bad,
burns
bro.
could spin so fast. Finally, she collapsed on the floor while her eyes were still open, staring at me. I couldn't look away either. Her face was unrecognizable, but she still smiled at me, and then whispered in her ragged breath,
Now he'll remember me. He'll remember me forever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna remember
she
you.
went still. They say
I'll
she
never like you, but
survived
I'll
and was
remember
sent
you.
to an asylum for a
Oh,
brief
goodness.
period. I couldn't know.
Oh.
I went to college before she got out. I changed my number and deleted all my social media. But sometimes, late at night, I still hear her giggles in my head.
Bro,
And the worst
imagine
part,
seeing her
she was
outside the
right.
windows.
I
Bro,
do
I
remember her every
would
single
lose
day.
it.
Every time I see a cup of a
I
cappuccino,
chuck my dog
every
at her.
time I
Where
hear
is my dog?
music, every time someone
know where my dog
spins
is.
around
I would
innocently,
chuck that
I'm back in
40
that
pounds of
cafeteria,
meat, right?
watching Sophia Bendetti destroy herself for my attention.
Oh, that is crazy. Oh my goodness, bro. Imagine pouring a whole cup of hot steaming coffee over your head, bro. That would burn the absolute living life out of you. Oh my days. Okay, so that's just a mental lady thinking she's ballerina cappuccino. Okay, but anyways, let's get straight into video number 2. Stay with me, guys. Don't go anywhere because I'm kind of scared by myself right now. So I need your guys' support, you know. Yeah. So let's get straight into video number 2. Let's go. Okay, let's get it. Story
I
number
should
2.
have listened when my roommate Maya warned me about walking alone after night classes. She's been obsessing over these missing girls cases around the campus.
You have a smart
3
friend.
in 6 months, all of whom had vanished after evening psychology lectures. The university had managed to keep it under the rug, but students like Maya had a way of getting insider scoops. But there I was, at 9:47 p.m., broke with a dead phone, walking the exact same route where Sarah Byrne, Monica Rivera, and Ashley Park were last seen alive. Professor Scott's lecture had run late again, and I had to stay behind to help her with tomorrow's notes. As I walked on the deserted streets, the November cold cut through my jacket like knives. Those old oak trees behind the building created this wall of darkness. The woods stretched for miles, thick enough to hide anything. All of a sudden, I heard footsteps behind me.
Sprint.
They were slow and deliberate, and
I'm
mimicked
gone
my
right there.
pace.
Don't even
I
look
turned
back.
around to see a tall guy in a
See, there's your
wrinkled
first
suit
mistake.
some 20
Okay.
feet behind me. He was
Okay, I'll
grinning,
stop. Sorry,
staring
you
like
guys
he'd won a
probably want to watch
stupid
the beats,
lottery.
yeah, sorry.
Even in the dim light, everything felt wrong with his face. Riz God never loses. He whistled,
Riz what?
loud enough only for me to hear.
Bro,
My blood
Who do you
turned
think you
ice
are, boy?
cold. It felt as if the wind had picked up pace. I walked faster.
Yeah,
He
I would.
matched my pace
Boom, boom, boom.
perfectly. When I glanced back, I saw his phone held up with the camera pointed at me. The blue glow lit up his stubbled face.
Bro,
I
run.
could see he was older and scarier than I thought. Maybe 30, with dead eyes. "You're my baby," he called out. "Don't resist.
Run.
Just duet with me." I'd seen this before. Maya had shown me TikToks of girls being followed and filmed without consent. Without wasting a second, I fumbled for my phone and groaned, remembering it was dead. Panic crawled up my throat as I realized how isolated we were. The woods
Just
stretched
run.
to my right, empty buildings lined my left, and at least 4 blocks separated me from any main streets or human
Then
presence.
run 4 blocks.
"Come on, don't be difficult." He clicked his tongue. His voice is louder now. "Jen Bear thinks she's too good for us, huh?" My heart stalled for a beat before slamming into overdrive. "Hey, at least say hi to my friends." He chuckled. "You're gonna be all over the internet. Viral, just like the others." The others? Was he talking about the missing girls? I ran toward the woods instead of away, hoping to throw him off. Maybe I
What?
could loop around and make it back to campus in
No.
time. But the trees felt like they were closing in, swallowing me as I pushed deeper into the dark. "Brave girl," he hooted, while chasing me like a creep in shadows. It took everything not to collapse. I forced myself to focus, scanning for a way out.
Exactly, just
Then
keep
I
running.
remembered something Maya showed me, an emergency feature on our student ID app. Even with a dead phone, the panic button would ping my location to campus security. I pulled out my
That's
phone,
smart.
praying for enough battery. The screen flickered as I hit emergency, then turned to face him. I screamed.
"I've called the campus security. They know I'm here."
"El Riz for being a spoiled sport," he growled. I flinched
What?
as the soft click of a blade echoed through the rustling trees.
My
"I'll make
camera
this
has
special
20%
for my
remaining.
followers." The knife was small but sharp, with dark stains on the blade that made me sick. Without hesitation, he pressed it against his arm and carved an L
I
into his
hate
skin.
when they show these
Blood
type of
ran
things.
down his hand, but
I'm
he
gonna have to
never
blur that
stopped
out. Oh my
smiling.
goodness.
He licked the blood off his skin, then said, "See how dedicated I am? The others didn't appreciate my commitment, but I've a feeling you will."
Bro,
I started
oh my
running again.
goodness.
I knew if he got me, that'd be the end for me.
Yeah.
He was constantly
Run.
yelling at me to stop and pose for his followers, but all I could see was an endless tree line no matter which direction I headed. "Rizgod takes what he wants," he screamed. There was only darkness and the sound of him getting closer. My lungs burned and my legs felt like jelly. Then
Bro,
I
don't
saw
stop.
red and blue lights flashing through the trees. A siren was growing louder.
Run.
"No, no, no!" he screamed behind me. "We were just getting to the good part." I stumbled out as 2 patrol cars pulled up. Officers had weapons drawn, flashlights cutting through darkness.
"Jennifer Morrison,
One called.
campus security got your emergency alert."
I collapsed, sobbing with relief. They caught him 20 feet behind me,
Let's go. They actually
holding the
caught him.
bloody knife, still grinning. As they cuffed the man, I heard an officer radio.
"We got him. The TikTok killer,
There
Marcus
you
Webb."
go.
Later at the station, they showed me his phone. We had hours of footage of girls walking alone,
Bro, that's
running
messed up.
scared
Oh my
and
goodness.
begging to be spared. He ran a twisted forum on the dark web where he unloaded the last moments of his victims. His follower count was hundreds of thousands. People actually watched this stuff, bet money, and enjoyed it. Officer Williams said they'd been tracking him
That's
across
messed up.
multiple states. I was supposed to be victim number 7. They found the bodies 2 days later, all buried in those woods, shallow graves marked with carved wooden stakes. The trial was a circus. His lawyers claimed performance art and mental illness, but the evidence was overwhelming. Hours of footage showing him stalking women while his audience cheered. He got life without parole. His TikTok got banned, but the videos are still out there, shared on dark corners of the internet. I don't walk alone anymore, ever, and I obsessively check my phone battery. Sometimes I think about his followers, those thousands of people who watched girls being tortured mercilessly
That's bad.
and typed W in the comments. They're still out there,
I'm sorry
waiting for the next sick creator to follow the trend and keep the loop going.
That's bad. But bro, that is insane. Ooh, what did he call himself? The Riz. Oh my goodness, yeah. Okay, but stay with me, guys. We still have one more left, and if you don't have it yet, why don't you grab popcorn before the video? I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. Grab your popcorn and grab your snacks, man. If you don't have it already, grab it for this last video, and yeah, let's get straight into video number 3. Alright, let's get straight into story number 3. Final story, guys.
For a job at this tech company. Life felt good. Better than good, actually. I was addicted to those Italian memes and weird internet stuff. So living here was the exact dopamine hit that promised the high. But being 23 and alone in a foreign country gets lonely real fast.
You're 23 and you still watch
brainrot,
bro.
And weekends were usually spent curled up in a blanket at home, scrolling the gram for hours. That's when Lucy from accounting came up to me with a pet carrier during lunch. She had this wide smile that seemed a bit too excited.
You said you wanted a companion so badly.
No,
I found the perfect one for you.
She squealed. When she opened it, I saw a cat with a name tag, David, hanging on its collar.
It doesn't even have hair, man.
David was not like any cat I'd ever seen. No hair at all, with skin that looked see-through under the light. His eyes bulged out of his head like they were about to pop.
Bro, no.
His arms and legs were way too long for his body. He was bigger than most cats. He's, different, I said, intently eyeing the weird creature.
Oh, isn't he special?
Lucy giggled. The moment she left, the cat looked right at me and made this rough whisper that sounded like, yeah. And I burst out laughing.
No.
This was it. It was peak brain rot come to life. I whipped out my phone and started recording, dubbing him the Gato Gyat. Within hours, the video had blown up.
Bro, why wouldn't it?
Thousands of comments. People were losing their minds over this bizarre Italian meme cat. I felt like I'd struck internet gold. But as I returned home, I noticed the cat's behavior getting weirder. I found him trying to crawl at my bedroom door with these unnaturally long claws, repeating gyat in different tones. Sometimes it sounded high-pitched. At others, it was so deep, it sounded like it came from somewhere else entirely. When I yelled at him to stop, he stilled completely. Then he stood up on his hind legs and stared at me with his bulging eyes. He wasn't even blinking. He just stared and stared and stared. Ignoring all this,
bro, this is why I don't have
I fed
cats,
David
man. Like,
and ate dinner.
dogs are just...
Around 12, I was lying down in my bed, scrolling through comments on my recent video, when I heard someone calling from the living room. Hey, come here for a sec. My mouth went dry, and my heart hammered.
Bro,
I live alone in a 2-story house.
I would walk up to that cat. Boom!
As I stepped into the living room, I found David in the center of the room. He was again standing in his tubes. And not just that, he was smiling. Like a solid, scary, psycho grin. When he spoke again, my soul left my body. Contemplating life choices? Aren't we, Margot? The creature crept closer.
Bro, I would lose it.
You shouldn't have let me in. I bolted into my
run
room
away from a
screaming.
cat, man.
I slammed the door shut, just in time before the cat, or whatever it was, lunged at me. In the chaos, my phone flew out the open window, tumbling into the alley below. For 8 hellish hours, I begged whatever God was listening to keep me alive. David didn't stop. He hurled furniture at the walls and pounded on my door with fists. But the worst part wasn't the noise. It was the voices, mocking and bleeding through the wood like poison. Come out and play, Margot. He
Open the door, kick the cat, run. Easy as that.
Don't you want to make another video?
No.
Around 3 a.m., the banging got so violent, I was certain he'd break through.
Oh my goodness.
I crawled into my closet, pulled my knees to my chest, and tried to convince myself this wasn't happening. Fever set in somewhere around dawn. My body was shaking uncontrollably as the sounds of shrill meowing and demonic growls numbed my ears.
Bro, I wouldn't know what to do, to be honest
how
with you.
long. But suddenly, it all stopped. I couldn't hear anything more. I finally found the courage to open the door.
No, bro, don't go out.
Outside my bedroom,
Call for
the
help out the
apartment
window or
looked
something.
like a crime scene. Furniture was overturned. Dishes were smashed.
Bro.
Deep claw marks were gouged into every surface. In the living room lay a crumpled pile of what looked like empty skin, mixed with blood and foul-smelling translucent liquid. There were tracks of bloody stains all over the floor, like someone dragged a dead body in my house. And David? Well, he was gone. My phone sat on the kitchen counter, somehow unbroken despite the chaos. There was one new video in my camera roll, recorded at 4:17 a.m. The footage showed my living room. David stood in the middle of the frame, but he wasn't David anymore. His skin hung loose like an oversized coat. And underneath?
Bro, that is...
I couldn't name what was underneath. Something with too many joints. Fingers that bent in directions that shouldn't exist. And a face that kept shifting between human features I couldn't recognize. As the thing shed David's skin completely, it turned to look directly into the camera. When it spoke, it used my voice again. Yeah, damn, this body's getting old. Time to find a new one. Thanks for the followers, though. They're going to love what comes next. The video ended with the sound of my apartment door opening and closing. I haven't posted anything since. Every time I see a viral video now, every time something becomes an instant meme, I wonder
Are
if
you
it's really
still
organic,
living in that apartment?
or if something else is using our obsessions against us. Skinwalkers are adapting, evolving, and learning our language through our screens. David is still out there somewhere in the lawn, probably wearing someone else's face and speaking in someone else's voice. And sometimes, late at night, when I'm scrolling through my feed, I see comments on random videos that make my stomach drop. Comments that just say yeah and get thousands of likes.
No, bro, that is insane. Imagine you have like a pet cat or a dog or something, and it just freaking begins to speak out brainrot phrases and stuff, bro. If my dog creeps up to me and it whispers cat in my ear, bro, I'm elbowing the living everything out of it and I'm running, man. Whew, okay, but that was 3 Steeler Brainrot horror stories. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, guys. As I said, I am trying to get to 500 subscribers. And yeah, if you enjoy this type of content, let me know in the comments, because yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.